Whoa. What a morning. Ugh.
What?
Just what a morning. It's a nice morning. Whatever those grackles are seem to have moved on. So we can hear some little peepers for a while. Oh. I think I went through like half a cycle of sick. Like just the shivering. Like I got super cold out of nowhere last night. I was just like, ugh. Then I woke up in the middle of the night sweaty. So I think like whatever, I had a little fever and it broke.
You didn't feel super warm to me when you first got up.
Yeah. I don't know what the fuck is up. I don't know what the fuck is up with me. It's another respiratory infection or something. I don't know why I get those so much.
Fevers they suck, but it's how your body tries to fight shit.
Yeah, by cooking it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw Trump on Rogan. It was boring as fuck and pointless as fuck and worthless as fuck. Completely unnecessary for Trump and completely, like, unuseful for the public. It was just a glaze fest.
Yeah, I'd say you might cover it Tuesday, but with this close to the election, there's going to be like 10 other things that happen between today and next show.
Probably so. I inhaled an insect yesterday. Now I am sick. Oh shit, drag me to hell.
Mm-hmm.
You got the fly in your stomach. Don't let the haters get to you. Oh, good. that was a lame one. There is no such thing as a tough interview anymore. Yeah. Or like a tough debate or any of that. It's all just like, this camp demands that there is no audience. This camp demands that, you know, these questions not be asked. And like all these people are just like, okay. Just like, fuck you. You're here to get, like, this idea that we've allowed politicians to not only to destroy the country, but to like weasel out of their obligation to do something about it, be held accountable for it, even if just verbally. Like, what's next? What's the next removal from us?
I feel like the hardest hitting interview this cycle was that one where they were basically like begging Biden to consider dropping out.
Yeah. Please, dude. No, I'm not gonna do it. No, please, though. You really should.
Like a lot of people are saying it.
Yep.
Mr. President. A lot of people.
Stupid hiccups. The fact that we seem to just passively allowing this to happen is either passively allowing it or tacitly supporting it and enabling it. Those seem to be the way it goes. charge it. Shit. Stupid body. Stupid ass body. Try my trick. The slow sip doesn't work. You gotta vote for the fascists. Stop the fascists, my dude. Ugh. Man, so many people happen to be banned out. Well, if the children will act up, the teacher will institute fucking rules. Ugh. There you go. Now you gotta subscribe to me to say stupid shit. Fucking hiccups, man. Nope. Never. I don't think I've ever smoked CBD only flower. It would be kind of a pointless thing for me to do.
CBD has some purposes, but
Like, if you're gonna take CBD, why smoke it? Is the question.
it's a lot more dubious than the benefits of THC currently, I think.
Yeah.
On the broadness of it or whatever.
Yeah.
Because originally got popular because it was like helping like a few kids with seizures, right?
Mm. As far as I know. I monkeyed around with CBD edibles, and I smoked a couple of strains that were high in CBD and THC. The wisdom back then, or the idea back then, is that CBD augmented THC reception. Not necessarily makes you more high, but allows more bioavailability for the cannabinoids, I guess.
Yeah, there's a lot of like 50-50 edibles of that.
Yeah. And specifically, it works best with edibles. So I haven't had anything that was marketed as CBD in years, and I don't remember it being all that useful for me. So read anything new lately? I'm trying to think. I don't think I started anything new. I don't know if I have a piece of literature going right now. I don't think I do. At least not one I haven't listened to already. How was the show last night? It was crazy. It was everything I wanted it to be.
If you missed it, you gotta hop over to that Patreon.
Yep, got to be a patron. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I got to do the thing that I find the most fun, which is throw a monkey wrench in it, gaslight a little bit, whine, complain, cry, hold people hostage until I get my way. You know, that's the game, right? Like the whole game. The show was stellar, even with that dumb ally argument. I mean, That's the whole. That was my favorite part of the show.
Yeah.
Was when me and Scotty were fucking getting heated.
You don't actually care that much
No, I don't.
about it.
I really don't. I really don't. That's the whole point. People think it's serious. It's got to be autism. There's got to be some sort of like autism involved with that because, dude, we're talking about superheroes and evil creatures from movies fighting each other. It's not that serious. In fact, it's literally the most unserious thing at all. Like, I'd be hard pressed to think of something less serious than a bunch of grown-ass men sitting around and arguing if Superman could beat up Batman. It's literally what it is. So it's like, I'm glad people get into it and stuff, but this like idea that we're taking this seriously or that there's like some serious outcome, like I would just give up on that. The turkey Fabe. Who said it was Fabe? That is one irascible turkey. Ill-tempered. Churlish. A churlish turkey. Yep, churlish. Yep. That's a word you should use more often.
One thing that was 100% not Fabe, though, is I did not tell Paul what the thing was.
The thing was a secret. The thing was a secret. That's no Fabe. You know, we wanted it to be surprising to everybody. Only way to do that is to put it in the hands of somebody we trust. Amelia handled the twist. Ill-tempered like a man in traffic or a kid who just got handed stale candy corn. I mean, maybe even beyond both of those.
This turkey is pure distilled rage.
Yeah. Anger, angst, misanthropy. Oh. Look out. You guys are about to see Paul's improbable cure for hiccups. I like to let them just pass, but this is how you do it. Liquid, paper towel, sip through the paper towel. I shit you not, it works. Oh, Dale.
Is that your friend now, D?
Yep, that's Dale the dog. Go get some nose to nose. And that is how you banish hiccups. They're gone.
You're trying to like half do it with the coffee, but it just wasn't.
It wasn't happening. You got to do it like it's a slow sip. It's a slow sip, dude. Because the paper towel restricts the flow. You have to like actually apply suction to get a swallow of liquid through it, and then you just continuously do that while keeping the water kind of up against. Yeah, you see?
He just wants to be your friend.
He is your friend. You guys made friends a while ago. That's Dale the dog.
You want to go see him again?
Go see Dale the dog. He just likes you. He just wants to be your friend. No need to get all irascible about it. You're not the Thanksgiving turkey. Is it trapped air? I have no idea what hiccups are, bro. It's a spasm of your diaphragm. That's what I know, right? All about resetting the timing of your diaphragm muscle. Yeah. Hiccup is a, yeah.
Like burps and farts are more trapped air.
Yeah. I feel like sometimes when I have the hiccups that I want to burp them out. So there's definitely something involved in that muscle there that is like, it definitely feels sometimes like you want to burp when you're hiccuping, and that's what you need to do. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe hiccups are like you've got gas in your stomach and your diaphragm is like spasming to try and get you to expel that gas out of your stomach.
Dale's interested in you, dude.
Dale loves you.
Say hi.
Dale is very cute, and he thinks you're cute too. Have you had your back popped in a while? I mean, I pop my own back all the time, but like go to a chiropractor and have them stretch and crack. No, it's been years and years and years. I really don't trust the process. I'm afraid that they're gonna twist me some way that hurts me worse. It's pretty common amongst people with back problems. Don't want to let people like manipulate your spine and shit, because you know, like one wrong move and you're down for a couple weeks.
Chiropractors are an interesting niche. You gotta be like way more cautious with them than picking your average like doctor or whatever.
No.
Cause some of them are like basically just doing massage therapy and physical therapy, but other ones are a little weird.
I mean, I will tell you that when I see these dudes that are doing these big spinal manipulations and stuff, there is part of me that wants to go in and get that done. They do that ring dinger thing where they like stretch, they do like rapid decompression of your spine. Like, I know that's not going to fix anything long term, but it just sounds like it would feel really good to me. But I'm just so afraid that they're going to manipulate me wrong. You know, I don't have a whole lot of trust for the chiropractic industry.
Yeah, some of them are real wacky, where they say like spinal alignment can cure autism and stuff.
Yeah, it's a little weird. My theory, it's an ancient Daedric god forming micro singularities in your diaphragm. Okay.
And Dale's not done with you yet, D.
Yeah, I stretch every day as well. You know, it's just a maintenance thing. You just need to calm down, D. That is your friend Dale.
Boy.
Man, he filthed you up.
Yeah.
We gotta get you some dark pants, baby.
Yeah. Well, just because it got wet.
Mm-hmm.
It's all like muddy and shit.
You can also take large quantities of opiate painkillers. You could do that, yeah. That is an option.
But the thing is, it doesn't always work. Like, you get to the point where it ends up making it worse, like more sensitive to pain. And some people, they have to like stop taking it in order to get pain relief again because their body is just like so dependent on it that anything that's not peak highness is just pain.
Awesome. I just do squats and sit-ups to maintain my femboy physique. That's all it takes to maintain femboy is squats and sit-ups. I would think you'd have to do more to really maintain that. But you know, whatever you're into, bud. Whatever works for you. What do you think about that Dale? He's pretty cute. I've heard pretending you don't have hiccups works. Okay. Well, I don't know how exactly that could be done, but yeah, man. We'll go with it. We'll go with that. Just pretend you don't have hiccups. That'll fix the hiccups. Why the fuck not? Seems logical to me. Gotta love the brain, the human brain.
This box just like it always like
It's a piece-
segments the table.
it's a
to
piece
where
of shit.
We forget where the ashtray is.
It's a
and
total
behind
piece of-
it.
It's a total piece of shit. I literally should do something about it, but I'm probably not going to, given my track record for not doing anything about it. Thank you, baby. Do you think Obama will ever retire from politics? No. He's going to be the grandpa that shows up to chastise you every electoral
I
season.
mean, he's like retired in a sense that he hasn't sought political office since. So
He doesn't need to.
He's essentially already retired to the extent that those people retire.
That, and when you're president, you never really leave political office. Like, you're the president, they call you Mr. President for the rest of your life. You get a deep security detail for the rest of your life. He's never, there's no way for him to get up out of politics. Yeah, he's going to be Democratic granddad that shows up to waggle his finger at you about how you need to vote for the Democrats. That's all he does. That's his position now. Yeah, he's the elder statesman of the United States now. He's the guy we look to make sense of, what's going on.
I guess I would say that Bush is probably the most retired of them. Like he talks about politics sometimes, but he tried to go like full lovable granddad afterwards.
Yeah, no, he's definitely like
rehab his image.
He's definitely trying to rehabilitate his image to a certain degree. He stays out of politics when they're super heated like this, usually. You only hear him piping up, here and there with some political shit, but like when the politics are real hot like this, you never hear George W. Bush endorsing or, he's just
trying to show people his paintings and shit.
Mm-hmm. He's moved on. He doesn't really want the position. The position would be his if he wanted it. But I know his paintings are wild.
Jimmy Carter's still hanging in there.
Technically. Clinging to it.
He said he wants to vote.
Well, he said that he wants to vote. I saw a picture of Jimmy Carter at his birthday celebration. He doesn't look like he's saying anything. Yeah, dude. No, Jimmy Carter is not still out here building houses. Jimmy
He's
Carter.
been in hospice for well over a year,
Yeah.
close to 2 years.
Yeah, Jimmy Carter is out of it.
Like, he's supposed to already be dead. Most people die in like a few months after they get to hospice. So
Yeah, he's holding on for dear life. He's got to vote for Kamala before he croaks. No, Jimmy is fucked up.
He was not fucked up for a long time. I'll give you that.
Yeah, no, he held on to his, faculties for a long time, but he's gone now. His wife died recently too. Yep.
I think his wife died like right before he went into hospice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know how a guy like that even votes. Like, somebody else fill out the absentee ballot for him and send it in. Like, poor Jim. Poor Jimmy. I can't even imagine him like checking an absentee ballot. Like he had that like open mouth thing that dying people have, where they're just, his head was just tilted back, his mouth was open, his eyes were glazed over. He doesn't look like he's thinking about Kamala Harris. Let's just put it that way. Like, I don't think he's thinking about much of anything right now. Average American voter, yeah, maybe so, huh? I just learned how to make peanut butter cookies in my air fryer. Yeah. I mean, obviously, I want a cookie. Share me a cookie.
I don't trust them air fryers for baked goods.
You don't?
No.
What if they work, though?
I don't trust them.
You don't trust it? Well, then we ain't getting one then.
Might trust it for other things, but I don't trust it for no cakes and cookies. And
Or fuck them air fryers. I don't trust them now either.
Also, like, how many cookies can he make at once in an air fryer? Like 6?
Yeah, like maybe 8 cookies if you got a nice big air fryer. That's not a lot of cookies.
Versus like 24.
Yeah, you can make 24 cookies in the oven. So what now? Yeah, fuck them air fryers. I'm with you, baby. I'm with you 100%. Fuck them air fryers. I don't trust it. Everybody trying to get you on the air fryer train. Paul, I met a swamp shaman who looked just like TJ last night. He had a staff pipe that I smoked out of. Cool. Yeah, swamp shamans are pretty good. Are you in Louisiana or what? That's typically where you'll find a swamp shaman. Air fryer better for chicken nuggets, I've heard. But I don't trust them. Something wrong with them air fryers.
I'm not saying they don't have utility, but I feel like if you already have a good, decent oven, it
What's
has
the point?
limited utility.
Yeah.
Like, if you just don't have an oven or your oven's like all fucked up,
Right.
I get it.
What about the shit where you can cook with less like grease?
Oh,
Right.
like where it's like frying, but
Yeah, it's like, yeah, it's an air fryer, so you throw some chicken in there, you don't got to use all the grease, right?
that's what makes it good.
You're
It
right.
might be crispy, but is it good?
That's a good question. I have never had anything out of the air fryer, so I really could not tell you.
That's why all restaurant food tastes better, is because they add a fuck ton more oil and butter
Do they?
and salt.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, you're right.
Like, if you ever like, well, this doesn't taste as good as at the restaurant, just add more butter and salt.
Yeah, a good point. Chocolate chip cookies are dank, okay? Can we just say that, like, the chocolate chip cookie is peak cookie? In my mind, it really is. And I'm a cookie fan. I like a sugar cookie, okay? I like a specialty cookie that's like lemon or something. But I got to tell you, for my money, pound for pound, I want a stack of chocolate chip cookies and a glass of milk, and that's what I want. Okay? And a lot of people would say that that's boring, but I got to tell you, dude, a good chocolate chip or even better, chocolate chunk cookie, bro, nothing hits exactly that way. Tell me I'm wrong. Okay, Santa. I mean, you know,
I'm maybe a little bit more partial to like white chocolate macadamia nut.
though, I mean, that is a good cookie. Yeah, see, Meta Moniker agrees with you. White chip macadamia is there. But I'm telling you, man, for my money, a chocolate chunk cookie that's gooey in the middle, you can't beat that.
Well, like here's the thing with the white chip macadamia nut. It's good,
Yes,
but you got to get the macadamia nuts. And when are you going to use a macadamia nut other than for a white chip macadamia?
that's true. Yeah, because nobody's like just eating macadamia nuts.
So
They
that's
gotta
like
be in it.
an extra thing versus, you know, everyone's going to want to eat chocolate whether it's in a cookie or not.
Yeah.
All the other ingredients of a cookie are useful for other stuff, but with white chip macadamia, you're not gonna. Most people don't want to sit and just eat a whole thing of white chocolate because it's not even really chocolate. It's like a sugar.
Yeah, it's a sweet and it's super duper ultra sugary sweet, creamy. I don't know, man. I like a white chocolate macadamia nut. I like a peanut butter cookie, I like a sugar cookie with icing or without. I'm all about all them cookies, really. But for my money, for my money, chocolate chunk cookie, glass of milk, it's different. It's perfect every time. I think it's just because my mom's specialty cookie is her chocolate chips. I mean, and like she used to make her chocolate chip cookies, and she would make this fucking like obscene plate of them. Like we're talking about like for a party, right? Big giant plate heaped with cookies. There had to be 150 cookies on there. You know what I mean? I mean, she would just bake cookies for 2 days, make a big pile of them, and people would eat every one of them at the party too. People, you'd catch people just coming back, getting 3 of them, walking away, and pretty soon there's like 2 cookies on the plate, and you're like, somehow this group of 15 people devoured 200 fucking cookies. Oh, oatmeal raisins. See, that's the thing. Oatmeal raisin, but only if it's perfect, right? Oatmeal raisin can be kind of gross.
Yeah, like it's gonna have the right moisture,
Yep.
the right crispiness,
The right sweetness balance to it, the right amount of graininess to it. It's if you hit right on an oatmeal raisin, you challenge the throne. But it's harder, in my opinion, to get an oatmeal raisin right than it is to get a chocolate
because you
chunk.
have two different starch. You have the oats and the flour usually. It's not usually just oats.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know nothing about bacon. All I know is that when a motherfucker knows how to make an oatmeal raisin cookie, they'll blow your socks right off. But if not, they can just be kind of like I wish this was a chocolate chip cookie, you know? Pizza or Chick-fil-A. I mean, I would get pizza. I'm not a big Chick-fil-A guy, but it's up to you, bud.
I'm gonna say like it's the mindset. Like oatmeal raisin sounds healthy, but if you try to make a healthy cookie, you're already down the wrong path.
Yes.
It's not supposed to be healthy.
No, it's not. I dig the beanie. I like the beanies too. I've got a lot of beanies. I need to keep my beanies around because it gets cold. Beanies help me with the cold. They keep that head heat trapped underneath all that hair. Them pink frosting sugar cookies are the best. I do like a sugar cookie with some frosting on it, like a Christmas cookie. Those are good. Those are good, but chocolate chip level? Not quite.
I feel like those like super thick sugar cookies that are all like not like chewy, but like the
Soft.
yeah
Yeah.
the frosting. I like them, but like only in the context of going somewhere to get them.
Right.
They feel like a party only kind of food.
They do feel like a special thing.
Like
Yeah, they
I
do.
wouldn't just get it just to have
Yeah.
around.
What about a black and white?
I like a black and white.
A black and white. You know who used to have the deadliest black and white was fucking Starbucks.
Yeah, I think I've had at least one other black and whites from back in the good old days.
The good old days of Starbucks, the black and whites were fucking crazy.
They were massive.
They were like a hubcap.
Yeah.
And that the frosting was that thick on them.
Yeah.
Chocolate vanilla. It was dude, those. See, that's the thing about, like, dude, Starbucks could, if they'd have stuck to their guns on them pastries, they would sell way more. They'd sell out of their pastries every day. We used to sell out every day on pretty much every item. The only item we would have left at the end of the day, plain bagels and butter croissants. Because those are just like, they were good, but they get less good as the day goes on.
Yeah, and like, you know, later in the day, do you really want a bagel or do you want like a little sweet treat?
Right. But like, I feel like they replaced so much of their good shit with shitty shit. It's like now, if you want like that chewy, sweet kind of cookie hit over there, the only thing you can do is get one of them cake pops,
which come in a bag.
Yeah.
They don't contract any of the bakeries to make their shit anymore. It just comes in little vacuum bags.
Yeah,
and
it's garbage.
Yeah.
It's garbage. What else used to be really good at Starbucks? Okay, there was an oat scone. There was a maple oat nut scone. Maple icing on top of a dense oat scone. And it was fucking so good. They were huge too. You remember how big the fucking old scones used to be? The maple oat nut scone was wild. What else did they used to get in there, bro? Madeline cookies. They don't even sell Madelines in there anymore, dude. A Madeline with a cup of coffee hits so good. I would never eat Madelines just like, oh, let me get a Madeline. But dude, when you got a cup of coffee and a Madeline, they don't even sell Madelines anymore, bro. Do they? Can you even get a Madeline at Starbucks anymore?
I see biscottis, but they're like in little plastic bags and the thing.
The biscotti used to hit super hard.
Now it's just like a little.
You could see how they cut it off the loaf of bread. They were huge, artisan, nutty, hearty biscottis that would just get real soft in the coffee. Now their biscottis are all prepackaged and.
Well, like they're not even hiding it. They're just like in this little tin next to the register now. It's like.
Man, dude. That shit, I'm telling you, man, the pastry game at Starbucks used to be real. Every morning, I was an opener. Every morning, a local bakery that was given the contract to make these cookies the same way that the bakery in Arizona does, in New York, right? That's how that's how, I'm getting bosses mixed up. That's how Starbucks kept itself in that pastry game, right? Was they were like, look, this is what we offer at every store. Here's our recipe. We want to hire your bakery to make this. And they would find a local bakery that can do industrial levels of baking, and they would get those cookies fresh baked every fucking morning. Straight from the fucking cookie factory. Straight from the pastry place, right? All those scones made to exacting, so it tastes the same. Here, there, and everywhere. They had it down so cold. And they went with the cheap option because...
Do you think maybe they just expanded so much that they just couldn't find enough bakeries to support them?
No. I honestly think, I think that, like, there are $1 million bakery companies in every big, giant fucking city. There have to be.
I know, but they gotta have a Starbucks in every little city now, too. That's what I'm wondering.
Well, that's the thing, is like, if you didn't have a bakery that was like super local, but you lived 15 miles away in a small suburb or something, they would bring those city scones out to you.
I know, but what if you have to have a Starbucks in a town that's like 50 miles away from the good bakery?
Well, then maybe they don't get all this shit.
I think that's why they moved away from it, is because they wanted a Starbucks literally everywhere, and they just couldn't find enough bakeries to be next to every little goddamn thing.
Maybe. Yeah, I just don't think so. I honestly think it was a monetary thing. So right around when I left Starbucks, there was a huge transitional moment in Starbucks, right? So what had happened is this guy named Orrin something had taken over for the Starbucks CEO. What is his name again? I can't.
Howard Schultz.
Howard Schultz. Howard Schultz had retired and stepped down from the board, and this guy who was his second in command, Orrin Smith, I believe was his name, took over, right? And Orrin Smith had an idea for Starbucks. Let's take this artisan coffee shop place and turn it into a McDonald's. Let's get breakfast sandwiches. Let's get reheater microwave ovens. Let's get prepackaged pastries, and let's sell the fuck out of our sugary ice cream, right? And that's what Orrin Smith did. He literally tore down Starbucks and rebuilt it as a McDonald's. And the way that he did it, people flipped. Customers stopped coming. We started to lose business, right? As a result of the fact that people were now like, instead of thinking of Starbucks as this cool artisan coffee shop, even if it wasn't, we lost that perception. And it was like, we would watch the Starbucks I was working at this time was at Ashland and Mark's in Fresno. And it was in the same strip mall as a grocery store and a McDonald's, right? It's almost as soon as this flip in philosophy happened under Orrin Smith, Starbucks started, I would watch across the way. Starbucks got so much business because it was like, people are like, oh, Starbucks is a McDonald's now? Let me just whip through the McDonald's then because it's cheaper.
Yeah. Or
McDonald's.
Let me go get my pastry in the grocery store because they actually bake that shit today.
It was like, so Starbucks panicked. They started closing stores and shit. And the customers revolted against it. The fucking shareholders revolted. And Howard Schultz stepped back in and fired Orrin and came back as the permanent CEO over there. And instead of unwinding, or because he realized at this point, Orrin's had his way for a year and a half, there's too many changes to roll it all back. So we're keeping the ovens, we're keeping the ice cream shit, we're keeping the shitty pastries, but we're changing our attitude and our presentation back to the old Starbucks way, right? So now we're going to pretend we're an artisan coffee shop, but we're going to sell you fast food. So it's like a mishmash of the two philosophies, right? Under Howard Schultz, prior to his retirement, he was very much against this transition of Starbucks from a third place kind of place to just another drive-through. He was way more judicious about the idea of drive-through operations. He supported them, obviously, because they started under him. But under his plan, it was more like, if we're in a big metro area where there's a lot of like traffic in the mornings for commute, we put a drive-through. If we're talking about a little artisan neighborhood, we put a sit-down coffee shop. We do it the old way.
You remember how jank that one drive-thru was when we stopped in that one town?
Yeah.
It was like just barely fitting in there.
Yeah, it was. They will do wild things and get wild permits to recreate strip malls in order to accommodate a drive-through. It's wild. And now, like, they basically left that behind too. Like, now Howard Schultz has fully embraced the whole like fast food model, but it was the shock of the transition that Orrin Smith. That's where Orrin Smith fucked up.
Pace it as much.
Right. He was like, Starbucks has changed, and here's how it's changed. Let's get rid of all the old fucking manual machines. Let's get the push button Verismo machines. Let's get rid of all of our merch that isn't shit that you would upsell to a rich person, basically, and a couple of mugs. Let's get rid of all of our pastries and replace them with prepackaged, pre-made, vacuum-sealed shit, right? He just did it overnight. And customers were like, it doesn't even, like, a lot of customers complained when we got the ovens. They were like, it just smells like bacon in here now. You know, a lot of customers used to walk into a Starbucks and they love that instant hit of like rich roasted coffee that hits you in the face. They don't even smell like that anymore. They smell like they smell like a McDonald's inside. They're making hash browns and fucking bacon and turkey and heating it all up in the oven with cheese and garlic, and it's like, it doesn't even smell like a coffee shop in there anymore. It's wild.
You know what the worst change I think was? That matcha shit.
Yeah.
A matcha frappuccino is not the same as a green tea frappuccino.
No, it isn't. No, it isn't. I hated the matcha shit too, but people bought them. You know, I don't know. I could Monday morning quarterback what happened to Starbucks. I just happened to work for Starbucks at the beginning of it being a national brand when they had this very unique kind of philosophy. And I watched it transition into a McDonald's, into a Burger King, right? I watched it slowly but surely get rid of all of the things that made it special and unique and quality and replace it with prepackaged push button monkey business, right? Yes, you get free coffee all day while you're working as you just have to what they call mark it out, right? So you go into a register, you say venti mocha frappuccino, 2 shots, partner mark out, right? And then you put your number in and it's
And
shows
that's probably just like for stocking reasons.
that's just for inventory reasons.
So it's like, oh, where did all this caramel syrup go?
All right. Or why are we running out of frappuccinos halfway through the day? Oh, because the whole crew is slamming frappuccinos, right? So yeah. So while you're on, you get free coffee. While you're off, you get half off, right? Technically, but back in my day, maybe it's different now. If you worked for Starbucks, you got free coffee at any Starbucks. What would happen was is people would come in and they'd be like, you know, hey, let me get this, this, and this. Oh, I've got a partner number for you. That's what they would say. Mine was 334403. It's a 6-digit partner number, non-existent now. They're all 7 or 8-digit numbers now. 334403. I would give them that. They'd plug it in, and it would bring up a little bit of information about how long I'd worked there and where I worked. And I swear to God, 9 times out of 10, it was like, don't worry
I'll
about it.
put my partner number in.
No, they would just put it in, but they would mark it out.
Yeah.
That's all you did. You know what I mean? Like that's how it was, and that's how we handled it at ours too. Somebody would come in from another store or from out of town, they had a partner number, they got free coffee. You pulled into your Starbucks on a day off, you swing through the drive-through, hey, it's Paul. Hey, what up, man? Give me a, whatever. Give me my chai tea. All right, dude, just pull up. And there was no money exchanged. It was just, hey, here you go. You know what I mean? So that was kind of nice. And then, of course, you had to really temper yourself hooking up family and friends. Mm-hmm. You did it, but it couldn't get out of control. You couldn't have a friend that was like, ooh, free coffee? Let me tell everybody I know, and let's go in there and get fucking 15 free. You're just going to get me fired, bro. But if you use it right, you cruise through once a week, and you want a big fucking caramel frappuccino for free, I got you. They try and sound like a co-op with the term. So the term partner, and I don't even know if they use that anymore. It was kind of like trying to give a co-op idea. The idea of Starbucks at first was, if you take good care of your employees will take good care of your customers, right? So Starbucks, one of its biggest things when I got hired in the year 2000 is, I got hired January 1st. 2000 at Starbucks was my first day of work. And back then, it was very much focused on a unique, quiet, comfortable customer experience, right? They wanted you to do that. In order to get you to feel like you wanted to enforce that along with them, they gave you pretty good fucking bennies, right? Full medical benefits for 20 hours a week. So part-time got you full bennies. You had the stock investment program. You had yearly stock grants based on how many hours you worked and how long you had been working there. All of these things were just like unheard of if you were to go right across the street and try and get a job at Taco Bell or something. They're going to laugh you in the face if you ask for any one of those things, let alone all of them. So the term partner was meant to reinforce amongst the employees that, like, look, this is our company, right? Was it? No. But this company takes good care of us. This company provides benefits. This company provides stock investment. This company gives us a piece of the profit. So let's do good, right? I don't remember Starbucks charging anybody for water during 9/11, but it might have been something. I just know that, like, I remember charging 25 cents for a water or whatever, and then I just remember that went away. Maybe it was due to 9/11, or maybe there was some law in Cali. I really don't know. I really honestly don't know. Yeah, the Turcomorphobite, dude. Who knew? I work really hard for my location. We're supposed to get yearly raises, but I've heard no use on that since my 1 year. Follow up. Start rabble rousing. Be like, what's our yearly raise? When's that coming through? Rabble rouse that shit. Don't let them just fucking forget. Get your whole crew together. Be like, hey, what's up with the yearly raise? We've been fucking working hard. Yeah, Taco Bell. No place does benefits like that. No, like, entry level can walk in off the street and get trained for it job gives bennies like that ever in the history. That's why I was a big fucking. And I gotta be honest with you, Starbucks has gotten rid of the stock stuff and all of that, but they still give, to my knowledge, full medical benefits for 20 hours of work. That is unprecedented in the fast food industry. So I still tell people, you're looking for a fucking job, you need work, you could do worse than Starbucks, bro. Even now, you could do way worse. Yeah, the fireworks. Yeah, it was wild. Working with a moving company right now. Got home at 1 the other night and had to come back at 8 a.m. 16 an hour. Oof, bro. You're grinding. That's fucked, bro. That should be straight up like not even legal, to be honest with you. But I guess I don't get to make that decision. Oh, all right. I'm gonna go blow my nose and get a joint. Had to wrap up Dinor in a burrito. Dinor wanted a blanket burrito, so I get him burritoed up. Dios mío, man. Uh, man, I am fatigued, bro. I'm fatigued today. I'm feeling the fatigue. I think my ass is going to do exactly nothing today. I think that's going to be the plan. I think I'm going to play video games and take naps. We're going to recharge a little bit today. I don't feel great. I don't. I don't know that I'm like full blown sick. I might have just skirted some sick, but I don't feel great. Excuse me. I'm very burpy too. That's not a good thing. Indigestion, you know, I'm whining a little bit about it, but yeah, I'm whining and whimpering a little bit about it, but oh shit. All right, that's better. Gotta center yourself sometimes. You start getting like wrapped up in the I don't feel good. I don't like the way I feel. You know what I mean? You start getting wrapped up in that, and it starts to become your focus, and it's like that ain't changing it. Not liking it. Put yourself at the center of the circle a little bit. Realize that your personal experience is part of a broader experiential consciousness, right? Little birds tweeting, right? Focus your mind on the Tao. The dirty, dirty Tao. Chilly out? Nope. What kind of game you feel like playing? I don't even know, bro. I've been playing Rogue Trader recently. I'll probably play that again. I've been kind of like enjoying some Rogue Trader, but I don't know. I'm kind of starting to get burnt on it too. Maybe I won't play any games. Maybe I'll just lay in my bed, stare at the ceiling. I don't know. I have a cycle where I kind of like am all into games and then I burn out on them and then I get back into them and then I burn out on them and then I get back. You know what I mean? That's kind of how it works for me. And I feel like I'm kind of at a burnout point. I'm kind of burnt. Oh, yeah, yeah. Reminds me of Irvine. I don't know that show, so I won't keep reading it. I've never watched an episode of Mr. Robot, so. O-T. Yeah, when you're not feeling great, gaming can be just like a little much. I don't know, man. I'm just feeling a little like overstimulated recently, I think is the way to put it. I don't even know if that's the way to put it. I don't know what it is, dude. I'm a little out of sorts. Not necessarily like I wouldn't say like depressed. I wouldn't say anxious. I wouldn't say even necessarily like feeling poorly, but I'm definitely in a funk of some kind. I'm in a little bit of a rut. Something about it, yeah. Well, that's part of it with me. I'm not feeling great. I feel like I'm teetering on the edge of a possible sick thing with me. I definitely spiked a fever last night. Recentering, yeah. Well, I'm trying. I'm trying. But I'm just a humble, fallible man. Maybe not so humble. I'm a fallible man, though. Just a fallible creature on this planet. No, I mean, I'm coming out of a funk, bro. I get that seasonal depression in the summer when my ass is like forced to be indoors all day and shit. So it might be just like the back edge of that. Me desiring it to go ahead and just get cold and cloudy and rainy and shitty, and it just won't, you know. I wish it would rain. Oh, how I wish it would rain. Ooh, ooh. Have you ate yet today? Nope. Nope. I have not. I don't really eat in the mornings all that often. Maybe that's part of the problem, but I just cannot force myself to even be interested in food usually until I've been awake for 3 or 4 hours. I've kind of always been that way too. I've never been a guy that's like, well, let me get up and get some eggs and bacon. That just ain't how I fucking. It's just not how I fucking work. Did you eat a raw serrano? I have before. I've eaten, yeah, a lot of hot peppers raw. I really don't like. They're hot and it's unpleasant, but I don't like have any compunctions about trying them usually. Diner's still burritoed up in there. Mm-hmm.
You want me to get you any more coffee?
No, I think I'm all right, baby.
Okay.
Thank you. Makes me shit fire. Oh. Ugh. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get up out of here. I just don't. I don't feel it. I don't feel it today.